It's been rough for crypto lately. The entire asset class now under $1 trillion market cap. But through it all, Cardano doing something interesting, astonishing the markets through the crash. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Let's jump into the ADA video. This is ADA on the daily chart. I get it. It's down. You might be like, Dan, this isn't astonishing. It's astonishing to me. And this is why. This is the ADA chart on the daily. Check it out on the Bitcoin daily chart. This is the Bitcoin daily chart. This is the ADA BTC chart on the weekly with a weekly green candle in effect right now. Still 6 days left of that green candle. Very, very important chart we're going to look at in a minute. This is the 20-week moving average. But let's start here. I want to start with a tweet. I'm not sure the crypto space is ready for what Cardano is getting ready to deliver. And even in this video right now, I want to read the second part of the tweet. This isn't an empty tweet. Hype or hopium. Revisit this tweet in 1 year from now to understand what I mean. Go to the weekly chart on Cardano. We've been tracking this story. And you know what? I understand that Cardano ADA is down from all-time highs right now, currently around 84%. But I have news for you, everyone. Most altcoins are down around the same, if not more, maybe a little less. And if you go over to weekly Bitcoin chart, guess what? It is also down from all-time high right now, currently 67%. And Bitcoin is Bitcoin, right? So Cardano ADA is not doing anything out of the ordinary. It's not losing. If anything, it is winning, because from a fundamental growth perspective, as a blockchain, as a protocol that is going to be secure, decentralized, available, consistent for the masses, and I'm talking about the masses to use, it is positioned so well in this bear market. So yes, it's down 84%, but this is what we're looking at. And what I mean by zooming out on this chart, and the picture that we really need to remember, is everything that's coming into play. The staking mechanism, which is here and working, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. The multi-asset ledger, which is just growing and being used. Smart contracts now, and DeFi coming online in a way that we haven't seen before. And we have the Vassal hard fork coming up. You all know the story. So let's allow Cardano to bottom out. Let's allow it to form its bottom along with the rest of markets, and not even just crypto, equity markets and everything else, real estate even. I don't think there's going to be a huge real estate crash, but there's got to be some consolidation eventually. So let's cool off. Let's let everything cool off. And we knew this was going to happen eventually, because this is what happens in these markets. But as it cools off, it is the greatest. It is one of the greatest opportunities in crypto right now. And I'm not a financial advisor, everyone. This isn't financial advice. I have to say that in every video. It's important that you all know that, especially anybody new watching the channel. I'm an investor out here tracking this data, and I know I come off very just positive, optimistic. Some people kind of think I'm like a salesman. And the reason why I'm like this is because, like, I've learned a long time ago as an entrepreneur, in anything that I'm pursuing, especially when times get tough, you better have a good attitude. You better be upbeat. You better have a plan of attack, and you better do it with optimism. Otherwise, you're on the flip side of that, and it's negative, and you're going to lose that way, and you're going to make bad decisions that way. So I come off this way because this is built into me as an entrepreneur, as an investor. It's an attitude. This is a mindset. Crypto is mostly mental. It really is. And here we are. We're in this dip for Cardano, and I wanted to start talking about the technicals. Let's go to the daily chart. We did a video last night about this ascending triangle. We talked about the break below this lower trend line. We've got the break. We're testing this previous swing low. I don't have a ton of confidence that that's going to hold up, right? But the one thing we talked about in last night's video that we can really continue to track now, because it's gotten closer, is from where it is right now to this lower trend line, another 11, 12% dip for ADA. Now that dip is that trend line that goes all the way back, if you remember, to 2018. And this trend line was once a macro resistance. So now we've been kind of just tracking it. ADA is getting very close to testing it once again as support. If you remember, it's already tested it as support in May 12th, around a month ago. So this is that next move for ADA. Could we get the infamous pullback to the pattern, the lower trend line right now? Yeah, it could happen. But this area of support would be a very nice move for ADA if it happens. We get the bounce off of that area, and then we're getting the pullback to this area. And once again, confluent with that area, we'd be testing probably the 20-day moving average. And it's the elephant in the room right now because it's just been smacking ADA down over and over again. ADA has failed once again to keep support above the 20-day moving average. You know, ADA broke that green line. We were talking about it for days. When it revisits that green line, can we get that higher low support for the bounce to the upside? It didn't happen, and this has been the story this entire downtrend. But you better believe there will be one day where we're tracking it and we're watching Cardano make an explosive move away from that green line and higher highs and higher lows, and we enter this new uptrend. I don't know when it's going to happen, but there will be a day. We've been tracking this for months and months and months and months. And so we're going to continue tracking it, and we'll use that as a bullish confirmation when it happens. But for now, we're back under it. We got to just see if ADA can make the move back to it. What happens there confluent with this lower trend line? That's that move to the upside. I'm not going to talk about any type of crazy breakout for ADA, a breakout, a bullish breakout or anything like that. Right now, we're in a downtrend. Crypto market's in a downtrend. Everybody's very fearful, and we just want to see where there's some support, where there's some structure, and where people start kind of removing the emotion from everything that's going on right now. And traditional markets play a huge piece of this story, don't forget. But this area of support is still on my mind. It's still on the agenda for me. Remember, the target to the downside out of this ascending triangle is still just sub 30 cents, slightly below 30 cents down here. And we have to just be ready for that. It's literally all we can do. There's nobody in this world that can tell you it's going there for sure. Right? There's nobody in this world that can tell you when, meaning maybe we do get a bounce boom to the lower trend line and then we're bouncing down to it. Maybe it's like end of June, or beginning of July, and we're hitting that target. Nobody can tell. You just have to we have to track it daily, and we have to just do so with a positive mindset and a plan. It's very simple. Remove the emotion, have a plan, don't overextend, don't risk more than we can afford to lose, and just stay calm. Because everybody right now, if you look, not everybody, but so many people in crypto land they're just freaking out. It's a very emotional roller coaster. So let's not join that crew. Let's chill out and continue to track ADA. And so the other piece of this is ADA BTC. ADA BTC right now this is a weekly chart. I know it doesn't look anything crazy, but this is important. I mean, ADA has seen support at the 200-week moving average on the ADA BTC pair. And from the swing low, ultimately up right now around 37%. That's a pretty nice move, being we're in this bear market scenario. We're in this bear market formation. So we're going to continue tracking this, but the 20-week moving average is kind of this area that we should really keep an eye on, meaning can ADA continue this trend of just short-term dominance, short to mid-term dominance? Because we know this has been an area of rejection in these previous lower highs, and ADA could be setting that up right now. A lower high, resistance, and we're coming back down. Be prepared for that. But this is why we track these things, so that if ADA does close a weekly candle above this 20-week moving average, that could be something very special on these ADA charts, and this could be an ADA BTC bullish confirmation. But we're not there yet. We still have some ways to go on this weekly chart. That is still another 6% or so away. So let's see what happens and how it happens. We're going to shift over to the ADA ETH chart, and I want to bring something up because it's important to this tweet that I said earlier. I'm not sure the crypto space is ready for what Cardano's getting ready to deliver. I came across this clip of a video. This was ADA Ape that posted this. It's an Ethereum researcher doing an interview, and check this out real quick.
What's the incentive? Why aren't you staking all of your Ether? Like, why haven't you just aped all the way in?
I think part of the reason is that when you make the sausage, you know how it's made.
So an Ethereum researcher is choosing not to stake all of their Ethereum, I guess, falling over laughing about not staking more than 10% of Ethereum. And he's basically saying he knows how it's built and how it's made, and he doesn't have the confidence in it. And I'm gonna put it aside now. I don't want to. There's no mocking. There's no anything. But that is a data piece, a data point, an Ethereum researcher saying that, when at the end of the day, Cardano has the very best staking protocol in all of crypto. It just does. And it's been working for months and months and months and months. If you all know, many of you out there are staking with a CCV pool. I have 5 up and running pools, and they're just every 5 days getting, they're paying rewards. They're contributing to, we are all contributing to the consensus protocol in Cardano, and it's just working brilliantly. And you're not locking in your crypto. You're just staking simply in your wallet. You can unstake at any time, and it's awesome, right? So this is part of the story. This is part of this concept that I have in my mind that says, when we're looking at market cap, when we're looking at Cardano, sitting here, it's number 7, $15 billion, and then you're looking at Ethereum almost 10x above in market cap, just a little less than 10x now, 146 billion. It's that market share is up for grabs for ADA, and I see that, and that's a big part of my plan. And so when I see things like this happening, as ADA continues to build based on its peer-reviewed scientific research principles and continue to deliver sound technology, I'm becoming more and more confident. And so we look at an ADA Ethereum chart, and it's really quite interesting. It's very leveled off. Like, it's just a very just calm waters, right? There's times when ADA is all the way down here, times when ADA is all the way up here, and right now it's simply in the middle. And you can even see it on the momentum oscillator. This is a weekly chart. ADA right now in the middle with a lot of upside. The thing that's compelling to me on this chart isn't so much, hey, well, what's going to happen next? Like, is ADA going to make a breakout to this upper end zone, or is ADA going to break down to the bottom? Either one, it'll be like, okay, it really is common, whatever way happens, with Vassal hard fork fast approaching and the adoption of Cardano and people coming really into ADA ecosystem, I could totally see the case for this. What's compelling, though, to me on this ADA ETH chart is, what point in this story does ADA escape this entire leveled off calm waters? And when does it actually start outperforming in a big way against Ethereum? And when that happens, we're going to see that market share that I just talked about and market cap start shrinking, right? That spread between Ethereum and Cardano. I just think it's going to happen. There's absolutely no guarantee. I could be wrong. It might not happen. This is my thoughts. This is my approach. This is why I'm tracking it. And I'm doing so very openly with you to see how this plays out. But this is, I mean, it's all, and this is only just, these are only little pieces of the story. There's so many other reasons why Cardano is really making a name for itself in so many ways. So this is what I'm watching. This ADA ETH, this is ADA BTC. We tracked it. And then we have ADA USD. We know the targets to the downside. We're going to continue watching them, being prepared for them. We know the resistance area right now to the upside. To give you another idea of that, 20-day moving average around 54 cents. That lower trend line right around 54 cents of this triangle. So if we do get that pullback somehow, that's a move for ADA to a resistance area. What happens there? It's a big move. So there would need to be a really nice run. I'm not sure it's quite time for that just yet, but that's like a 18% move to the 20-day moving average. Not sure we're there just yet, but if it happens, what happens? Is there resistance, or does ADA break back into the triangle? So that's what I'm watching tonight. All in all, though, everybody, ADA is looking very good, very strong on the macro. There's nothing that could convince me otherwise. Not even the people posting on Twitter or in the comments below right now that are just like, oh, ADA's been down. ADA's down over 80%, because everyone, look at all the charts. Everything's down. This is crypto. This is what it does. But the opportunity, in my view, is there. So these are my thoughts as we end this first day of the week, Monday. Well, second day of the week, right? Sunday the 1st. But let's see what happens. If you're accumulating ADA right now and you're holding, stake with a CCV pool. CCV4 is our newest pool. Stake with us. I really appreciate you as we grow in this ecosystem together. There's a link below on simply how to stake very easily, very simply. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you in the next video. Have an awesome night. God bless.